Outside, Raging Al, who has proved a little bit awkward, is charting a wide course but is making ground right on the outside of the field, and having been last is about, I think, to move right through. And both horse and rider got to the other side. They weren't together when they landed, but they are both okay, I believe, as they make their way. Horse is galloping away. Dylan Johnston is on his knees, but I think he is okay. As out in the lead, once again, it is Toby Kenobi who is left with the advantage. Toby Kenobi leads from Tractor Jack in second, No Panic in third. Sea Warrior on the outside as they take the next flight of Italian Fox, who's struggling to hold the position as Harry Lowes makes ground pretty smoothly onto the heels of the leaders. Captain Cool comes next. Accolade still taking a fierce grip, but he's also closing up. And the rear of the field made up of Cadeau Sacre and Walk in the West as they continue their climb up towards the next flight of hurdles. So Toby Kenobi and Tractor Jack rise just ahead of the third placed horse, which is Sea Warrior. Fourth place for No Panic, then Harry Lowes on the inside of Captain Cool as they make the turn. Still there on the outside is Hannibal Bogan and Walk in the West in the check colours. Cadeau Sacre comes next, and still Agolid is under restraint at the back of a field that remain pretty tightly grouped here as they make the turn back towards home. So out in the lead, Toby Kenobi racing on the inside of Tractor Jack. Round the outside goes Sea Warrior. Harry Lowes continues to make smooth progress. Outside is Hannibal Bogan in the hoops of Capitan Cool in the noseband. And then behind these is No Panic. Accolade is making some progress, still travelling strongly just behind the leaders as they reach the first up the home straight. They will be well bunched over it. Sea Warrior, Tractor Jack and Capitan Cool still just behind the leaders, both the McManus horses. Harry Lowes, Green Cap, White Star and Agolid, who's now being ridden, and then Cadeau Sacre. So over the second last, Capitan Cool in company with Sea Warrior, and then on the right-hand side, trying to join in, is Harry Lowes, who's coming there quite strongly now as they race down towards the final flight of hurdles. So Harry Lowes on the right-hand side of Capitan Cool, Sea Warrior closest to the running rail. Agolid makes a mistake in fourth place, but Harry Lowes has taken it up pretty smoothly here on the run to the line. Harry Lowes by a couple of lengths from Captain Cool, and at the line another win for the Skeltons. Harry Lowes beating the second Captain Cool. Accolade and Eyecatcher in third. Then in fourth place, Cadeau Sacre, who made late ground, and Sea Warrior eventually was run out of the places in fifth.
Well, it was all very cosy for Harry Lowes. One minor error. Other than that, it was blemish-free, and he's won as tidily as Harry Skelton has liked. Excellent run from Captain Cool under the penalty in second. He's clearly a useful horse. Agolid did catch the eye as much for the way that he tanked his way sort of rather troublesomely through the race for Sean Houlihan, as much as his fair finishing effort after a blunder at the last. Clearly, JP McManus has the best two horses in the race, and it'll be interesting to see how their careers progress.
Yeah, Harry Lowes, I thought he was very impressive there. He just cruised into the race. Obviously, Harry Skelton just had him out the back, and he just wanted to get him nice and settled. He jumped well out of that one mistake, but it was a messy sort of a race. They didn't go very hard at all. They had the Tractor Jack made the run and didn't go very quick, and then obviously Raging Al just took it up from Dylan, just could have had no chance, and then he departed him his first round.
That was an unpleasant experience for Dylan Johnston, wasn't it?
That was a horrible moment. I'm glad hopefully Dylan's all right, but from there Harry Lowes then just took himself into the race. But Agolid, Philip Hobbs and Johnson White's horse, really, considering I think he's ran very, very well, considering how hard he pulled from this flag fall. He was pulling his head left, right and centre, and Sean Houlihan did his best to try and selt him. And even here towards the end of the race, he's still running on. That you take that as serious performance there.
Yeah, he just needs to learn, doesn't he?
Yeah, he hasn't been on the track for a long time, so an awful lot is freshness. He's a big, strong, we said beforehand, he's a big, strong, powerful horse, and if he needs to contain that energy, if he is going to go and try and go to the top, but there's no doubt about it, he's got plenty of ability, and even that mistake at the last, I thought that done for him, but he still came back in the last 50 yards.
I mean, the winner could be pretty smart. It's hard to know exactly what he's achieved. The gallop hasn't been honest. He settled after a fact. He's ended up winning very easy. You just want to see him in better company now.
I think so. You're going to have to step him up in better company, like you say. The top horse, Seamus Mullen's horse, Captain Cool, he done very, very well.
It's a great run, giving the weight.
Considering he had to give away a penalty, and like I say, you can just see what Harry Skelton here just making sure the job, and pretty much he's won as he liked. He's never really had to get after him. He's won comfortably on the bridle, and it's another winner for the Skeltons.
Yeah. Kado Sakure's run okay. Lacks the scope, perhaps, of one or two in front of him. And the Tizard first-string Sea Warrior has shown enough ability to win a small race of this nature.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of winners that are going to come out of this race further down along the lines. But we said before, and when we walked around the parade ring, when the horses were walking around the parade ring, this Harry Lowe's, to me, he stood out. You know, he was a standout horse. He was the clear horse that I wanted to be on, and I thought it was very, very impressive. And even in a muddling race where they didn't go much of a gallop, they tried to pick up the tempo. But just watch Harry Skelton here. He's always just following. He's always nearly taking him back, and a nice jump here at the second last. And Sean Bowen's horses actually ran very well. And Kado Sakri stayed on quite nicely. He'll be a horse that'll want further in time. But this is, look, Harry Skelton.
Tractor Jack shape with a bit of promise today.
He did, Tractor Jack, yeah. He'll be one for going chasing sooner rather than later.
3.5 mile chases
Exactly.
down the track.
Yeah, I was going to say something else, but we won't say that.
Harry Lowe's in hand, wins in a canter our opening race here at Exeter. The Schlur chase, the Paddy Power chase, they've got the Betfair chase this weekend at Haydock, the Skeltons. 2-1 on favourite. This was like shelling peas. Harry Lowe's wins the opener here. More reflections to follow. All right, Harry Lowe's has won the opening race here at Exeter. 2-1 on returned, and Harry Skelton was very confident beforehand, and we've seen why. Harry, that was pretty assured, pretty impressive. Did he do what you wanted him to do?
Yeah, he did, Nick. Just went around. He was he learnt a lot. It was, there was plenty going on, but he's done it really nicely, and onwards and upwards, hopefully.
What sort of a horse does he show you he is at home? How would you categorise him?
To be honest, we haven't done too much with him. He gets on the gallops and shows you plenty anyway, so we're just sort of keeping the lid on him a little bit. This was the first day at school. Hopefully, he'd go the right way, and nice horse long term.
Do you want to keep him at a shorter trip for the moment?
I think we can at the minute, for sure. Look, he'll tell us where we're going to go a little bit, but today, job done, and I think he's learned plenty on the way around as well.
Think he's